Welcome to L Earning. If you don't like this pod, that is concerning. We've assembled a great team with JK, Dan and F17. We turn these L's into W's, so please don't let these L's trouble you. We always learning, so welcome to L Earning. Yes.
What's good, people?
We are back.
Yes, sir. This is your boy F17, F17, aka the Hood Les Brown. Yeah, doing Les Brown stuff. I am here with
It's your boy Dan.
It's your boy JK.
and this is the L
Earning.
Podcast.
I know you already just heard it, but listen. Welcome to L Earning. If you don't like this one.
Oh,
Jesus.
that's all it is.
Technical issues. Welcome to L Earning. If you don't like this pod, that is concerning. We've assembled a great team with JK, Dan, and F17. We turn these L's into W's, so please don't let these L's trouble you.
It's actually cold.
We always learn, so
Welcome to L Earning.
Yeah, that gym was cold, man. That gym
L's
is
into
cold.
W's.
Produced by your boys, all produced by your boys.
Listen, be under production, your boy Dan. Yeah.
Yeah, we do what we do, you know.
Listen, we turn those L's into W's, so please don't let these L's trouble you.
What about turning those L's into dubs?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. And we're back, boys. What you telling me?
Good, man. Good. We're good.
Yeah?
Nearly close to summer, man. Looking forward to summer.
Summer around
Do
the
love
corner.
summer. Do love summer.
Yeah.
I've got birthdays, my sister's, mine, dad's.
When's your birthday?
So mine's 16th of August, my sister's
No
is
way.
5th, and then my dad's is 30th of July. So we've got literally like 3 birthdays in like
JK's
3 weeks.
23rd of August.
And yeah, and obviously 23rd of August, JK as well. Then. But summer's great. Like who doesn't love summer?
Yeah, summer's sensational. And
Yeah.
summer's coming and sun comes out, guns out.
Yeah, you know what we're saying.
Yeah, so everything blessed. Still, we give thanks. We're grateful.
Yes,
I've got
we
a
are.
bracelet on saying I am grateful.
Oh yeah, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah. Got it from the podcast. So I went on Your Positive News.
Yes. How was that?
Your Positive News. I'm so sorry. Spread the love movement. Apologies.
We'll cut that out.
Spread the Love Movement podcast. It was amazing to jump on their pod still. So they've got a really big platform. They've got over 330k on Instagram.
Yeah, I saw the Instagram. Yeah,
And
that's big.
and they get they must get a lot of listeners because my reach has grown a lot since I've appeared.
Oh,
on
that's
that
good.
pod.
That's good.
So yeah, it's just a blessing. So thank you guys again for the opportunity to let me on the podcast. It was great. I had a great conversation. Your mic is moving. Great. I had a great conversation with this guy called Justin from Florida. And he's a great guy, man. He's doing a lot for the community.
Yeah.
He's trying to spread the love movement. He's
Yeah.
trying to spread the love. It was really interesting because during the pod I was talking to him and I was like, like Instagram is quite a toxic place, so it's good that we do what we do. He was like to me, Instagram isn't toxic. Instagram is just Instagram. And we just, anything we focus on expands.
Yeah.
So it's like some people go on Instagram and all they follow is the account that motivate them and they use that as a source of motivation.
Yeah.
Some people go on Instagram and just follow accounts that make them jealous and they leave Instagram feeling insecure and jealous. Anything you use Instagram for becomes what you use Instagram for.
yeah.
And I was like, I hear it. So that was an interesting learning curve still. Because he was like, even in life, like 3 people can compliment you, 1 person can say your trainers are rubbish.
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
Now you're gonna focus on how you're gonna think raw.
Yeah.
Even though 3 people said your trainers are really nice, that one negative comment
To be that one person
is gonna expand, and now you're gonna think. So it's a similar thing for
that person might not even know what they're talking about. So.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? Do you know what I'm saying? So
Plus, no one's. Anyways.
No, what are you gonna say? Then I'll finish that.
No, I think I know that's not what we're talking about.
Yeah.
But, like, you're always gonna find someone that doesn't like something.
Yeah.
facts.
So if you're gonna focus on that, I promise you will never
You'd
finish.
be very sad.
You will, 'cause
Yeah,
yeah, man.
So-
if you like something, go with it, man. People gonna like it, people are not gonna like it. That's not the reason why you should stop liking it. That's not the reason why you liked it in the first place. So why are you gonna stop liking it?
And the problem is that a lot of people like stuff because others like it.
Yeah, I guess.
And then when people tell him, and then that's what hurts them.
Yeah.
Whereas if you know what you're about, you're like, I like this,
Yeah.
man. So that's the thing.
I like Ed Sheeran.
You know what I'm saying? It's what it is, bro.
Yeah.
He's cold. Gonna build it.
Yeah, one of these days we've got to talk about music on this pod, man.
Got the music in it. I remember one day he was in the car, I was playing that Sheeran, you should have seen the look of some people in the car.
Really?
That's what he listened to. He said,
Really?
I don't like Sheeran. Classic music. Listen, if you got him in my car, what plays? Yeah, you don't like it. Walk, bro.
Yeah, something he asked, the first question he asked me when I went on the podcast was like, brother, what are you grateful for? And I was like, ooh, interesting. So my response was the hard times.
Okay.
Which blew his mind. He's like, whoa, no one ever says that. I was saying I was grateful for the hard times. Similarly to what we said to the last episode, the hard times built the man that I am today.
Yeah.
Your man went through the most, and that helped me to, because if I didn't go through what I went through then, I wouldn't have been able to cope with what I'm going through now. So I was like, I'm grateful for the hard times because they built the person that I am today.
Yeah, no, I hear that.
Which is really interesting. So yeah, Mando, what are you grateful for, man, in this
Cool.
life?
Some of these things, I'm probably going to say like the very generic ones, but I'm going to say them anyway. So obviously one is just family. Obviously everyone will say that their family's great, and obviously they probably are, but I'm just so grateful for the family that I have, like my sister, my mum, my dad, even like, for example, my grandma, who obviously I think I've mentioned before, she lives in Nigeria. I don't get to see her that often, like maybe, normally it would be every summer, but because of COVID it hasn't been as frequent. So yeah, family, I'm so grateful for them, having them in my life, you know, having role models like them. You know, so like when I need advice, I can go to them and I know I'll get good stuff from them. So yeah, family is one. Two, I'll always be grateful for a source of income. The ability to, because we take that for granted. I know like we have like those in the 9-to-5 jobs, whatever, but we take for granted the source of income that we get. So I'm always grateful for that. And I'm grateful for my upbringing in the sense that I feel like my upbringing has allowed me to be a cultured person, because one thing I like about people is if they're cultured, like if they just know a lot about quite a few different things. Yeah. If you're quite like insular, to me, I'm not really going to vibe with you that much because you're kind of like in your own little bubble and you don't really think about the outer kind of world and like the world around you. You're just kind of in your own little kind of tunnel. So yeah, I think I'm quite grateful for my upbringing and just, you know, being able to experience different cultures, meet different people from different cultures. So those are just a few like from the top of my head.
Interesting. JK.
I think this past couple of years with COVID and stuff, not that I wasn't grateful for my family and stuff, but I guess you open your eyes a little bit more with all the people dying around you and stuff. Makes you a bit grateful about like the people I've got close to me, my family, my friends, good health, the little things that we take for granted, I guess, like even just waking up in the morning, being able to walk, being able to see. I think, yeah, stuff like that really.
So
I mean,
like
I've had, similar to Daniel, I guess my childhood, I think I had a good childhood.
Yeah.
I enjoyed
He says that.
And I think I was lucky enough to do a lot of things that some of my friends couldn't do. I was around people that did things that I couldn't do as well.
Yeah.
And I think when I was young, sometimes I did feel a bit like, oh, why can I not do that? But then I look back at it now and I'm like, yeah, no, I lived, you know. So I'm grateful for being able to realise that I've been lucky enough to do the things that I've done.
Yeah.
And yeah, just life, man. I'm alive. I can't complain, you know. I have bad days like everyone, but I'm here. So grateful for it. Thank God every day we keep moving, innit?
Sure. Gratitude is important, man. Like, gratitude helps shift perspective, because, like, for example, I was even something else that I mentioned on the podcast is that there are days where sometimes I'll have a school like maybe 2.5 hours away, and I may find myself complaining or just being like, oh, I need to drive 2.5 hours to go to this school. And then it's like switching that perspective of like, what? I'm actually complaining about doing something that I love doing.
Like you get to drive 2.5 hours to do something that you love.
And that's what gratitude does.
Yeah.
Gratitude helps you switch that from like, again, you said from a source of income.
Yeah.
So gratitude helps you shift your perspective from like, oh, I'm going to work, this is long, like same old stuff, to like, I get to go to work. There's people that haven't got a source of income as high as mine. So people that are looking for work, have been looking for work for 2 years, 3 years. Gratitude helps you shift that, and that makes you a happier person, really and truly. You know, without gratitude, there is no happiness. I think it's part of that happiness equation, man.
Yeah, got to be grateful for those little things as well. Not just the big things, but also kind of the little things like James said, you know, just being able to wake up every day, you know, be able to, you know, go to work, meet friends, just all those little stuff like that.
Take it for granted, sometimes, and then obviously you sit back and you realise, you see things, you know, all of these You know the adverts in TV that make you see all these African kids that like trip guilty and then you stop and you think, oh wow, like even like, drinking water, for example, cleaning water, stuff like that. Obviously, we don't think about it, but it's crazy. Like we get to do this.
Yeah, 100%, man. As you're listening to this, maybe write down 3 things that you're grateful for, man.
Yeah.
And it's a good exercise to do. To just think, what am I grateful for? Because you'll be surprised.
Mm-hmm.
There are things that you didn't even think you were grateful for. That when you deep it, you're like, damn, I have it better than most people.
And that list might get longer and like the more you actually really think about it, the longer that list actually might get. So yeah, I think that's good for everyone to do. Or even like I'm trying like even when you just wake up in the morning or before you go to bed, just think, okay, what am I grateful for? Have that positive thought in your head when you're going to sleep instead of thinking, oh, the next day's going to be like this or it's going to be like that. Try and have that like positive thought in your head of like, I'm grateful for this today or I'm grateful for that.
It's true. So
I was smiling because I was thinking like it goes together like gotta work too.
Yeah, no, it's true. Yeah, bro, as humans, so again, bro, barefoot, everything we spoke about in this pod. So check it out. By the way, if you haven't already checked it out, spread the love movement on any podcast streaming places. It's a 1 hour episode. It's really good to listen to it. Something I mentioned on there is that it's like as humans we default to negativity. Mm-hmm. By default. So it's like similar to what we said in the previous episode. It's a thing where like if you don't think about anything, you will just be negative. We will find the problems, like we said. We will find the sadness. We will find going to work is long. Even if you're making 6, 7, 8 figures.
Yeah, you'll find that.
If you don't actually snap out of the negative reinforcement, you will just downward spiral, and that's how you get the sad millionaires, right? That have got so much going on for them, but they haven't really worked on finding that gratitude and just switching that around. Yeah. Because like your mind will just default to negativity. So it's like it's important to stop yourself from doing that from once in a while. It's as humans, we're all gonna have bad days. We're all gonna have days where we're like, oh, this is long. Yeah. But if you don't stop that, the next day will be long, and the day after that will be long.
It's just a vicious cycle, isn't it?
Yeah. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's like at a certain point, you've got to break the cycle and be like, yo, actually, okay, today was long, but what am I grateful for? It's a good question to ask yourself still. So yeah, it was interesting. Do you have a couple questions as well? Right?
Yeah, no, I was thinking of literally on my drive to the studio here. I was thinking of kind of 2 questions, more like kind of what are our like greatest strengths or per se weaknesses, and kind of some of the regrets we've had. I know these are like quite difficult questions to ask because I mean you could go in any direction with them, but I don't know if any of you guys ever thought about that like recently or.
Should we go with the regrets one first?
Yeah, should we go with the regrets? You got something in mind?
It's interesting because I do have regrets. It's always interesting because there is that saying of no regrets, right? In the sense that everything happens for a reason.
Yeah. You made a decision.
You did things. You either learned from it, and it's like there's a saying you grow through what you go through. Yeah. So it's kind of like in that sense, it's like obviously no regrets because I learned my lessons. But then I'd say. You know, when I was young, there was a stage where I didn't think much about others. Okay. I was super duper self-centered. Others outside of my bubble, let's say. And to be fair, it's just James in my bubble. James and like my immediate family in my bubble. But like, so people like outside of my bubble, I was quite quote unquote cold. Yeah. And I'll just think about my needs, what James wants. We're gonna get it by any means. And you know, it was something that went on for a while and that maybe didn't need to go on for as long as it did. Yeah. Obviously those days are behind us. But I guess, if I was to really, because I did this when I was like, I'm going through, like, doing quite a few interviews recently and someone asked me, I did that, like, you know, there was a phase where I was very cold-hearted and I would, you know, just be not the most genuine person. Which I guess is one of my regrets per se. It's not necessarily like I regret. I don't wish I didn't do it, but if we were gonna talk about regrets,
that's interesting. I think we can all kind of relate to that, can't we? Like,
yeah,
but you can.
That's the most politically correct way of saying it. The most politically correct way of saying it. Did you have an answer for that?
Yeah, I mean, again, like you, I wouldn't say I have like, you know, massive regrets. I think for me, one thing I regret kind of from my childhood is like, and I think we talked about it on the previous episode, so go check out if you haven't checked out already, is kind of quitting things too early, because there were quite a few things I started. So just to name a few, I used to play the piano. I think I got to like grade 3, and then I quit that. I used to do swimming lessons. I got to a certain stage, and I quit that. And especially with like the piano, because obviously now I've like got a very good appreciation for like music production, mastering, all that kind of stuff. If I continued doing the piano or the keyboard, it would have helped me so much more when it comes to making music. So just like little things like that, like, because I can be quite an impatient person. Like my parents have told me that many times. Like I'm very anxious to kind of start something, but when it doesn't kind of go my way, or I'm not enjoying it as much, I'll just end up stopping doing what I was doing. So yeah, I would say that's kind of one of them. Is kind of just quitting things a bit too early and like not necessarily seeing them out.
That's powerful, bro. Bare people gonna relate to that.
Yeah.
Because we've all done that at some point. We've started something and we haven't seen it through, and we're like, right, if I saw it through by now, what would it be? And similarly for the public speaking courses that I do, right? Some people, we get emails sometimes from people that did our taster classes in like 2019, and 3 years on now they want to sign up to the full course, and they're like, damn, I wish I started it then, because imagine how much progress would have made. Exactly. Similarly to you, if you kept going to piano,
who knows,
how much progress you would have made.
I could be produced with Drake or something.
Yeah, fam, who knows? No, that's facts, bro. Don't know. So that's a big one. Still, that's a big one, and that's one of them ones where, like, again, you can do something about it, right? Going forwards with like your blog and all these great things that you're doing. It's about, okay, even if initially first 2, 3, 4 years, months, I'm not seeing what I thought I was seeing.
Yeah.
Keep going
out. Yeah, 100%.
Oh, so that's a sick one. You okay?
Difficult one, this one.
Yeah, no, it's a tricky question. It's a really tricky question.
I think it's gonna go back to what it always goes back to.
What's that?
Football.
And yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think I always say that if I was as committed to football as Fred is committed to athletics, then I'd be gone clear, man. You know, I wouldn't be here.
You'd be playing for
So then everything happens for a reason, right?
So you need to be here to...
Exactly. But yeah, for the people that I don't know, I played very high level in Italy. And it's funny because to this day, people that know me from Italy mainly know me because of football. So every time I speak to my friends or I go back to my area, it's always like, oh, you're still playing. And I think that's what not hurts or upset. It does upset me a little bit, like when you see people that obviously knew you way back when, and it's like, oh, do you still play football? Like, and it's always like, no, stop playing. It's like, I think it was a difficult time for me anyways. When I moved here, I didn't want to move to the UK, so obviously I stopped playing as soon as I moved here, right? And I guess then I never really took it as serious, and then I started playing again, but it was just for fun, and then, you know, the training was long, and the commitment wasn't there, and you know, they always say talent without work, without hard work doesn't go anywhere, and that's what it is, right? The hard work wasn't there, and you're gonna say it's never too late. It's too late. No, it's not. It might not be, but I think now my direction has gone to another place. So it is what it is. I still play, but
it's not at the same level that you might have played up before.
But yeah, I guess that's probably my biggest regret. Another thing is probably like I'm just too nice, man. You know, I'm too nice.
Really?
Yeah, man. I'm too nice. Too nice.
Yeah. It's those are two very good ones, I think. Again, people are gonna relate for sure. And with the too nice thing, it's just about, because I've suffered with that for a long time, and it's just about, you're just a nice person, you're clean-hearted, but then it's just a dirty world, bro.
Yeah.
So then it's like
you're almost punished for being
too
nice.
Yeah. No, you are punished for being too nice, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've had to just be a little bit savage in terms of like pleasing people.
Yeah.
Do you get it? Because even as we discussed before about parents, right? That's part of being too nice.
That's true.
Doing things that you think that's what they want, and then that's not really what you want. Or generally, like, you know, maybe like I would say that recently I've been negotiating, like, you know, my pay rise and stuff. Like, in the phase where I was like too nice, I wouldn't have done that because I cannot avoid conflict because I don't really. So yeah, it's actually a thing still. It's actually a thing.
It's 100%. I think you look back. Well, I look back and I just know like I'm just too nice, and it needs to stop. Because people take advantage, right? I'm not saying don't be nice, but it's my nature. This is how I was raised. This is how my mom is. This is how I am because this is how my parents are. At the same time, it comes to a point where you need to put yourself first.
Yeah, you can be nice, but not that kind of people
not too,
all over
yeah,
you.
because
Like,
then
you can be both.
when you're nice and that means sacrificing your happiness, then you're just living for the other people and you're not living for yourself anymore.
Yeah.
And what's the point? If I'm gonna live a life that other people want me to live, and I'm gonna do everything that other people tell me to do, just for the sake of, because it's not so much pleasing others. I don't. That's not what I do it for. It's just. I can't think of examples, right? But yeah, just make sure you put yourself first, and you can still be nice, but don't let people take advantage of how nice you are.
It's big, bro. That's big. Like, I'm gonna clip that up and slap it on the
Yeah,
Instagram still.
Yeah.
It's big, bro. Like, honestly, some of us, we are so nice that then we put other people's happiness on top of ours, right? And then we're no longer living a happy life because we're trying to make other people happy, and it's just counterproductive, really.
Yeah, man. And it's tired. It's
tiring to try to put other people first sometimes. Like, sometimes you've got to be selfish and
it gets heavy,
first.
you know, like you feel like if, like you can't, I don't even know how to put it. Yeah, I'm just thinking back at situations in my head, and I'm just thinking like...
Try not to do it.
I think it's a difficult one, right? Sometimes it's like, you want to do something, but I'm not going to do it because I know that if I do this, this person is gonna feel this way.
Yeah.
And it's like, for how long can you live that way?
Doing that, yeah.
You keep going. You don't think about it. It builds up, and then one day you wake up and you're like, I'm tired. Like, mentally gets to you so much. So put your mental health first. Like, just make sure you do what's important for you, obviously, without, you know, doing anything wrong to other people. I'm not saying that that's what you should do, but at the same time, just do what makes you happy. Don't put other people's needs above yours, and just make sure you keep it clean, keep it clear, and it doesn't become a thing where it affects you mentally, and you know, you just get tired, and keep putting it in the back of your mind. You don't think about it, and then literally one day you wake up and your legs, your full body's gonna feel like you can't move. Literally, you can't think, you can't move, and yeah, man, just important. I think, you know, it's something to take in consideration. Just put yourself first. Mental health, very important, and yeah, stay nice. Not too nice.
Nah, 100. We wrap it up on that note, man.
Yeah,
that's a powerful message, guys. And as always, we turn those L's into W's.
Exactly.
So please don't let these L's trouble you.
And don't forget to follow us on all social media platforms, man. Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, man.
Subscribe.
YouTube. Yes, we have full YouTube videos, not just the clips. The full YouTube videos.
This is not just the clip. We have the full. Yeah, now check us out. Share us with a couple friends and just give us some feedback.
Yes, please. More feedback than merry, man.
What are you grateful for? What kind of things do you regret in life?
Yeah.
Let's get better every day. Let's keep learning. Earning, we're out.
Yeah, man. Peace.
Welcome to L Earning. If you don't like this pod, that is concerning. We've assembled a great team with JK, Dan, and F17. We turn these L's into W's, so please don't let these L's trouble you. We always learning, so welcome to L Earning.